Why, good morning. Well, you haven't looked at the community tab. All the email links I could think of are up, and the phone numbers. If you know of any more, add them in the comments, and I'll add them onto that list. I had a couple bunch of thoughts this morning before I just left the house. Now my mind just went blank. Typical. For one, we jumped up numbers on the subscriber count, and I thank everybody for that. Oh, I remember what it was. Hang on, I gotta hit dash now. Bear with me. There. People, everybody keeps thanking me for what I'm doing. Honestly, I'm not doing much of anything. To be bluntly honest, I don't see where I am. If you go through the older videos, you'll figure out why I'm pushing this. It'll give you a pretty good, somewhat of an idea. I've never hidden the fact that one of my older sisters was, shall we say, yeah, you can fill in the blank, when she was about 5 years old. Or that a kid I grew up with, his sister was murdered by a babysitter. And there's more that I'm not getting into. Only I want is answers, transparency. Granted, law enforcement can't tell everybody everything. Nor what I should be expecting to. But at the same time, they should be held to a higher accountability. I mean, if you look at, I call him Joey Killer Looks. I think it was his page. He dug up some information. It's like, you kidding then? So it's the whole thing behind this is accountability, above reproach, and transparency. It's not that hard of a combo. It really isn't. At least on my brain, it's not a hard thing to figure out. And I hope everybody shares that community tab with all the emails, phone numbers, and all that. Oh, that was another thing I forgot. If somebody's better at English, grammar, and all that, come up, and we don't want just one blank form letter. But it somehow included the petition, all of it. Share it on somewhere in the comments on the community page, and I'll look at it, put it up. Because one thing everybody wants is justice for that little girl. And this isn't just from Hawkins. It's not just Hawkins County. We got to have a starting point somewhere. You heard Trevor say the other day, for one, the reward fund's still getting played with, which is ridiculous. And the corruption is just beyond pathetic. So we need answers. I mean, you look at that little boy Quentin down in Georgia. And I'm sorry, I haven't really followed that case. I got 20 million things going on all at once, but from what I'm piecing together, everybody's going after that little boy's grandmother. Well, I'm going to put a point blank, put yourself in her position. She's not the Wells. The Wells brought this BS on themselves. And if I'm wrong, I'm sorry. But we need accountability from all law enforcement nationwide. And if it starts here in Hawkins County, so be it. I don't care. Somebody's got to do something. I told you about a friend of my parents back in the day, Jim and Bert, and how they tried to hang. Bert was murdered, and they tried to hang her murder on Jimmy for almost 20 years. And I told you about the cop who was in charge of my cousin I married. He's a moronic twit. He had a brain that had been dangerous. Because I knew the one kid that I grew up with, there wasn't anything I went on our old road that he didn't know about. And they wouldn't let me tell me where he was. But they finally solved the case. But that's my point. That's what I'm saying. No, there's no accountability. We've got people on YouTube doing more for these cases than the bloody cops. Let's see. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but let's see. People on YouTube are not trained. They're sure as heck not really paid to do. And yet law enforcement is trained, paid, the whole enchilada. So somebody tell me where I'm wrong at on that one. I mean, I've said all along the kids have done more for this case, for someone else's case, than anything else. See, I'll stand by that until forever and a day. Just like I'm honestly hoping Benny Keith puts up a billboard. Maybe that'll afford some accountability. Because this is just, the scope of this is just, I don't even know, beyond words that I can think of. But anywho, now that I bored you to tears if you watch this all the way through. Everything's up on the thing. If you can, somebody come up with make it a professional looking type letter. And put in the comments and we'll see about adding it up there. So everybody can just copy it and add the names and all that to it. So, and if you can think of any other media outlets, put them in the comments, because I've ran my brain as far as I can think of around here. People said the surrounding states. I don't know the newspapers around surrounding states. So, all right, I'll catch you on the flip-flop. Bye.